Hey, what's up guys, it's MTG player back and again for another video. Today, I'll be talking about this is an upgrade guide for all of the starter decks all the starter 2-color decks in Arena. I don't think the monocolor decks are really worth it to upgrade, because these are better shells than those for free, and also more standard legal cards. I've made all these decks rotation proof, because Zendikar is gonna come out soon. It's August, and the fall set Zendikar is coming out in September. So I decided to make it so that none of these cards include any of the sets, any cards from any set that will rotate out. So these decks will still be usable after Zendikar comes out. Just for all the new players, just so you don't lose some of these cards. Think about what I think are the best out of these. I think the best ones are Starry-Eyed. Now the reason this has black is because I added a card that you'll see it. Starry-Eyed, Mutation Station, Spell Power, Life Skills, and then Back for More. Those 5 I think are probably the best. But I'm just gonna show you upgrade guides for all of them. I've already upgraded them. I'm also gonna show you other cards, wild cards you can spend, or other cards you could use. Starry-Eyed. I didn't do much upgrading to this deck. So basically, we have. Let me do something real quick. Clear these out. So basically, this is just an enchantment deck, which will have a little bit of like instant speed stuff with this Naiad and this stinging lionfish. Sorry for that. That's it. All that glitters is just stupid. This is probably the best one. I love this deck. Shambling Suit can be very big. Arcanine tutors things. It's fun. Okay, Moon's Broadmouth stupid. Like these things will just come back and flying, so then you can put all that glitters on them, and then they're flying, and then the Archon can just make a ton of freaking Pegasuses. Elspeth is just great. Gets rid of things. Sorry. Okay, so I am playing. This is an alternate account that I'm using here. Yeah. Brian fine. You can probably make him like only cost like 4 or 3 if you can get a good start. As for cards, honestly, you don't really do much to this deck. Well, I did take out I took out like something and put in passivism. I think it was it's the one where you can, where you can crack them for cards. Because I think passivism is just going to be a little bit better. Let's talk about cards you can add. There's not really much you need to do to this deck. This deck's already just great, but if you really want to add stuff, not collect it. At least you have Ice and Bounty. It's great. Also, you can get more all that glitters. You can get more all that glitters. More of these rare mythics, but I'll take cards, which I don't really recommend. Alacia's a good pick for me. You can give stuff protection from colors, which is great. And it's an enchantment as well. That's probably one of my biggest things, I would say, if you're gonna use cards. Well, I would recommend not, because I recommend you actually use these for a brawl deck, which I'm gonna be doing a tech on a brawl deck for you to build so you can play brawl. It's not gonna be out. Taxus is good too. He'll reward you when you put your creatures. He's also good in the life gain deck, but he's kind of also great because he's an enchantment. Yeah. Alright, thanks. I don't want to make this too long. Like I said, yeah, it's getting more. Oh, Heliod's stupid. Also, in the life gain deck, he's stupid. Oh, Idyllic Tutor. It's a great card. You can search up enchantments with it. It's a rare, but I guess if you want to. Prison Realm is also good, but the thing is, it's gonna rotate out, so yeah. Actually, yeah, I should avoid. I'm gonna talk about only cards that are not rotating. Face Feathers, yeah. I was like, this is better because it's cheaper and life gain doesn't matter in this deck, but it's still good. And not really much else. In blue, I mean, the Omen is pretty good. Scry 2 then draw for only 2 at instant speed. And you can crack it for to scry more. Caliphate, she's good too. To protect your stuff. Probably want to get like maybe some counter spells. But that's really it. Oh yeah, he's good too. Maybe I should put him in this deck, but I don't know. I mean, this deck's just solid though. You don't really need to do anything to this deck. You can just keep it as it is and it'd still be great. Yeah, and Murky Aura would be good. Also getting more of these lands. Shocklands, Shocklands, but they're rotating out, so I'm not gonna be. I wouldn't recommend getting Shocklands at this point because they're rotating soon. So that's pretty much it. Alright, next let's look at Line of Fire. This deck's okay. You have. Well, I've done some upgrades. I put Heartless Act, Deathloop Paladin. I'm pretty sure that's the only things I really did. And took out like Infuriate and some other things. I don't know, this deck's pretty good. Kirk's is pretty great if you can escape her and just play her a lot. She just will just start just destroying your opponent's card advantage. And that one's pretty good. It's a 3/2 for 3, which is, and when it dies makes a 1/1. For me, it's just 2 bodies. Ghost Rider and Standard Bearer are just the best. They're giving you value off your creatures when they die. This one's just a sack outlet. And then this, when creatures do die, you just get a bunch of cards. Pretty much it. You can see Fire Prophecy, Slurpers and Mogus, and they're a good sack outlet and rewards you. Anything with Blood Aspirant, Careless Celebrant, a good creature to sack. Scorn Piper. Again, once you sack, you just get another body. Upgrades to this deck. Probably more Village Rites, because that's very good. What else? Let me go to Not Collected so I can show you. I'm wanting to pick sets right now. Art. Oh no. No, that's not. I don't think so. I think in Back for More you would want this, but not in this deck. I don't think. Oh yeah, Lamp at the Death's Vigil. It's a great card. So 1/3, sack a creature. We'll pay 1 sack a creature. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1. So you can just keep sacking these. Yeah, so that's a good card you could add if you have them. Bastion of Remembrance is also good. So if you have them, add them. But don't just spend wild cards because I'm gonna be doing a Brawl deck, and you're gonna need some of these wild cards to make that deck. So. Nothing here really. Oh yeah, Nightmare Shipper is maybe he should be in this deck. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of Elite Headhunter. Cause I don't think you really. Yeah, Nightmare Shepherd's great. I don't think you really need Troll. Oh, Massacre Worm. It's a good card, wow. Oh, Sarkhan Rentagram, definitely this card. So basically, whenever a creature just deals with the graveyard. If it's leaving the graveyard, if it's entering the graveyard, he'll deal damage. And you can also make everyone put mill, which is basically put the top card of their library into the graveyard. So you can just start just doing a bunch of damage with him. He's definitely a great card to add to this deck. Alright, as for red, I don't really think you need anything else. Well, I think with red you can get some of the steal effects, such as Claim the Firstborn and like Fling, yeah, Final Flare. Yeah, Trader's Greed. Yeah, Trader's Greed is pretty good. Pretty much just 2 mana. So yeah, it's a pretty good deck when you upgrade it. Mutation Station. Now, the reason why this has black is because when the green, not black, green. The reason it has green in it is because of Boneyard Lurker. Now, yeah, he is a green card, but the thing is, you're just gonna mutate him pretty much all the time. Pretty much just always gonna mutate him, and you just need to use black because hybrid mana means you can spend either black or green. So you just use your black mana and you mutate. I did add, oh no, I forgot what I had. I think I took out Eliminate for Heartless Sack because I think Heartless Sack is a better removal spell. That was pretty much, oh, and also some other thing for Boneyard Lurker. Everything else I kept. This deck is also one of the best out of these. Now, there's definitely a lot of upgrades. Let me look. Actually, no. Type in mutate. Trembling Gnar is good. Definitely. Just whenever you take it at 3/3. Probably want to get more Archipelagos. Which Apex can you play? Brokos. Brokos is great also. You should mutate him from your bin. Oh, Cavern Whisperer. It's also good. And Zagath Mamba. Because this will just give you a lot of value. Those are definitely the main upgrades. There's probably more. I don't think blue-black is the best mutate color. I definitely would think green, something with green, because I think green is better because you can have cheap ramp creatures and then you mutate onto your cheap ramp creatures after you're done ramping, and then you just have a big creature out of your ramp. So I think it's better with green, but blue black is still fun because in green what you get is, let me look up the card. Mutate. You get this, you get Essence Symbiote. It's great. Parcel Beast. Audacious Stay, because this card's like one of the best mutate cards. He's just stupid. I would feel that blue-green, yeah, blue-green I think is the best. I think Sultai, I would say a Sultai build though is great, but if you're only going to pick 2 colors, then yeah. I feel like if you want, you can turn this into a 3-color deck. Put like Apasic Sterix in. Next up, Spell Power. Oh wait, did I cover 2 Adventure? No, I didn't. I didn't cover 2 Adventure. So 2 Adventure, the main upgrade was Beanstalk Giant. This card is just great, especially with the Clover. you get 2 lands in, so basically, pretty much only costs you 1 mana. Because you get 2 of it back on that turn, and you're just going to have 2 extra mana for the rest of the game. So, I also had Banishing Light for more removal. Now, there's a lot of adventure cards, like Mutate. There's a lot of Mutate that you want to. More Love Struck, I think, is good. Definitely more Clovers. Flaxen is also great, especially with the Clover. You pay 7 and you get 6 2/2 bears. But also, I think black is a very good Mutate color. Or no, not Mutate, adventure color. Because in black, you get Murderous Rider. You get Reaper of the Night. You get these Mutate creatures, which are stupid. Why do I keep saying Mutate? Oh my god. You get these adventure creatures, which are also just great. Like, I honestly... The green-white is good. But I think black wouldn't be bad, because Murderous Rider... I think Murderous Rider is the best. And that's the only reason, too. I think... No, green-white's probably better. I think green is the core. If this was a white-black mutate deck... I mean, why do I keep saying mutate? Oh my... White-black adventure, then I think... Then no, you'd want green. Just like in mutate. Yeah, I think green is the core. Because green is just a good color. It's just stupid. I think green in general is just very stupid. It's just... You just play early ramp, and then you just play big bomb threats to try to win. Like, it's stupid. It has everything you need to win. The ramp to get to the win cons, and then you have big win cons. Next up, spell power. So spell power, you basically just trying to cast a bunch of spells. I had a Naya just because we have a lot of instants, you can see. So, yeah. Bar is good. Experimental Overlord, yeah, you can get like a big weird, and then you can just start smacking them, and you also just get something back. Upgrades, probably, let me see. Well, there is one card that I think is very good. There are cards that are good, but cards I'm thinking of are gonna rotate, so I'm not gonna talk about them. Yeah, because I think all the good instance beats, all the good instants were, and things that cared about them were in the other sets, so. I think it's that. Well, I think it's one of the better ones. It's not. If you're trying to upgrade it, right now it could be good because you can put a bunch. There's some stupid stuff, but after rotation, this deck probably is going to be pretty weak. I mean, see. Maybe the Sting Lungfish could be good. Wave break. Rewind, you probably do want counter spells. That's what you want, probably. But for newer players, I don't really recommend starting to just use a deck with counter spells because they're tricky to use. Well, this deck does have only one, which is Sublime Epiphany, but this card's just stupid. Like, it's just... Alright, when they play spell, yeah, I'm just gonna fire this off. I'm gonna draw a card, make a copy of a thing, return something you have, and counter something. Like, that card's stupid. Definitely more Shark Typhoons. If red, It's like, I don't know, cause like, no, I'll just show you. In the other sets, like, let me show you what you had in multicolored. Like, look, you have Goblin Electromancer. Oh, well, do we really draw cards? No, it's just about spell slinging. Talking about drawing cards, really. Invade the City is also great. Beacon Ball. Ooh, Mischievous Chimera, actually, yeah. So this is a card. Mischievous Chimera. Oh, and Sprite Dragon. So I was able to find cards, actually. So yeah, these two are good upgrades. Other than that, really nothing, because, yeah, like I said, this is a card that's rotating. What else? Sahili, that's rotating. And it's a Planeswalker, so I wouldn't recommend. Nev, this card's rotating. So yeah, all those cards are rotating, so it's going to make that deck harder to play, because all the really good cards that I care about and sorceries are leaving. It's probably not a good deck for like the long term, but for now, it's fine. And still, it's a good deck. Just, if you want to try to upgrade it right now, well, yeah, because right now it's not worth it to get cards from the sets that are rotating. And then when it does rotate, yeah. Okay. So Stomp Stomp, this deck is just big boys. So, wait, I took out the Hornback Mentor because I don't think it was really that good. I also took out the thing that doubled power, which is not good as well. Really. Yeah. Basically, you're just trying to do big things. I put Thorn Mammoth in here. I'm pretty sure that because that card's from the green blue deck, yeah. Just because it's just a stupid card. Upgrades you can make. More Nessian Hornbeetle for sure. Probably more Terror of the Peak. Yeah, more of these things if you really want to just upgrade. But again, wouldn't recommend. Let me just look here, see if there's anything else that catches my eye. Yeah, oh yeah, more Bone Crushers. Again. Yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't recommend upgrading these decks because I think you'd rather just want to use these cards to either build a really top tier, high level standard deck that's like meta, because these decks aren't really meta, to be honest. But they're decent functioning decks. Or also to build a Brawl deck, which I'm going to be doing. A Brawl budget deck for new players just starting out in the arena. Because right now you're pretty limited. Because I'm on an alt account. Like I said, I have an account that's from when the game first launched on early access. So I have a lot of cards. This account does not have a lot of cards, you can see. Like all these are like darkened because I don't have them. Let's see. I mean, I guess maybe Love Struck. Quagatini, but yeah, you could. Oh yeah, Vivian Monstrous Advocate. I actually did pull one of these, so you can use the Vivian's Monstrous Advocate. But that's really, yeah, there's not really anything else you really need for the stack. It's pretty well tuned. Yeah, Wizards did a good job of making these starter decks. They're pretty well functioning. Alright, next up, Massive Menagerie. This is the deck I was talking about. So in this deck, you're basically early ramp and some removal, a little bit of advantage, and then just big boys all over. And Sublime, because this card's dumb. Galgo is just great. It's just a very big boy. Pursued Whale can just be stupid, especially if they have small creatures and you have a bunch of big blockers. Pursued Whale can just win you the game. The Beanstalk can get really big if you're playing a lot of lands and with Cultivate, and it's Adventure. Yeah, and the Adventure stuff's just super worth it. And the Thorn Mammoth just turns all your creatures into removal. Cards to add. We got the multicolor first. Oh, Cannon is good. Yeah. Basically when you tap mono one permanent from and add an additional these would just add more. Or low scale Codal. That card's stupid. Whenever you draw it, put a counter. Even if you're not consistently drawing cards, this card's just dumb. Yeah, he's good, but annoying. This card should be banned. Like, he's just that card. Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, if you can upgrade the land base, you should. I mean, I do have another temple, so I could. I mean, that's it, pretty much. Like, you don't really... I mean, maybe you can turn, like, a few wild cards on a deck, on one of the decks you really want to play to make it better, but you don't really need to make upgrades to these decks. Besides, well, what I'm showing you, because these are cards you're gonna guarantee to have in your collection, because I know that, because I've pretty much looked at all the cards you should have in your collection by this point. Once you unlock these 10 decks, these are all the cards in these decks you should be able to have access to. Alright, so this is a life skill deck. One of the upgrades was Orator, because this card's, well, damn. Well, you're gonna actually have to cut him. I just realized that. You're gonna have to cut Orator because he's rotating. So, I'd probably come for just pacifism. Yeah, so just come for pacifism. But right now, he's just stupid. Because anytime you play a creature, you gain 1 life, so you can just pop off. And you should have him, because you get him from the mono white deck. Baneslayer is just a stupid bomb, same thing with Clackwood Troll. Cards you can add. Definitely one card is Johnny. I spelled that wrong, I know. It's a Johnny's Pride Mate. This card's stupid. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on it. Daxos also. And he's not rotating, so that's good. Let me think. I mean, Luciana is good too. Protect your things, and he also has lifelink. Oh, Heliod. That card. Where is he? This card. He's stupid. Whenever you gain life, you put a counter on a creature or enchantment you control. Like, he's dumb. Omen is also good. Just make 2/1/1s and you also gain 2 life. For black, Vampire of the Dire Moon. Another good upgrade. Yeah, or Heartless Act. Heartless Act, you can also cut the Orator for. Yeah, I cut this because it's just unreliable. I mean, that's really it. Like, other than that, that's pretty fine. Like, indulging patrician's all you need to win this game. Like, if you're able to... Well, I don't know if you can in this deck, no. But, like, if you had to give this permanently give it +2 power, you're just winning. Because you're dealing 3 to them, you're gaining 3, and then they're losing 6, and you're gaining 3. That's a 9-point swing. So you could just easily win off that. Like, there's no way they can race that. Company of Knights. So the stack is just pretty much just put a bunch of knights out there and just start swinging. This is probably one of the weaker decks. Well, the upgrades, probably want more wordy knights and a veteran. More cleaves, probably. Yeah, cleave is just stupid. Lieutenant. I feel like in veteran's not that big of not that drastic. It's just an uncommon. But wordy knight and this cleave are way more drastic, and I don't think you should. See, other knights. I think it's Mardu Knights. Because there's also a lot of knight synergies. Like Wintermore Commander is a gun card. Oh yeah, Knight's Charge. Oh, Smitten Swordmaster. And then the Ebon Legion. Sir Conrad is also. Steelball Lance, Swordfish Crusader. I think black is also just. I think black is a better color for knights, in my opinion. I think you would want to add some black cards to this deck. There are knights. Last one, Back for More. Another deck that I think is the best out of these. So you have a Woe Strider. This is a way to sack creatures easily. And you also have a Reanimation, Back for More. And Boneyard Lurker and Acolyte and Nightmare to get your things back. Cards I would add are, well, there's, oh damn it, that's rotating. Those are rotating. 2 cards I thought about are rotating, but a card that is not rotating, that's good. It's Archfiend Vessel, because you can exile it and just make a 5/5 demon if you recur it. If anyway, like the Shepherd. Like, you know, you can't do it with the Shepherd, but you can do it with Back for More. Where are the cards? Oh, Unbreakable Bond. So you can return any creature with life and give it lifelink. Okay. Sir Conrad the Grim is just also stupid in this deck. Sir Conrad is just any black deck is just great, because most of the times in black things are dying. Rise Again is another way again to get things back, but Bond is better because of the lifelink. But still a fine card. Probably want more Twin Blades. More Acolytes. Rather than that, this deck is solid. Definitely one of the better ones. And that's pretty much my decks on all of these decks with cards that you have access to after you've completed. After you've gained access to all 10 of these decks, you should have all these cards and you should be able to put them in these decks. And then I've also given other upgrade suggestions if you are willing to spend wallet cards, which I won't recommend, but if you want to, that's fine. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Average MTG player, out.